Everybody, Farm Homes and Country Dreams with Silver and Sass. Today we have
Bethany Kraatz! Yay! Yay! You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Bethany?
I am a real estate agent in Central Kentucky, and I've been doing it for I think 5 or 6 years now. And yeah.
Okay.
I heard you have a relative that is kind of weird, but
Yeah, he don't matter.
We may be slightly related.
Yeah.
Same name of Kraatz, if that kind of is a slight hint. But anyway, she's kind of the apple didn't fall far from the tree, and she's doing horse farm real estate in Central Kentucky. We team up, Jessica and I, very frequently to get our clients coverage from literally Louisville to Lexington to Cincinnati and beyond.
Yep.
So we wanted to talk a little bit today about maybe the differences or the unique aspect of Central Kentucky horse market compared to Northern Kentucky or maybe other places in the country. Bethany, what do you find here that's very common and unique that may not be prevalent in other parts of the country?
Okay, well, so Central Kentucky, it's anything from like Lexington to Sadieville to Paris to Berea to Richmond to Versailles to it's all of Central Kentucky, but
Even over to Shelbyville and
Yeah.
Simpsonville, even to Lexington to
yeah.
Louisville.
So we cover that whole huge circle, but Central Kentucky, when you're talking it really mainly, you're talking about Lexington, Scott County, Bourbon County, Woodford County, and Jessamine County. So when you're talking about Central Kentucky, yes, it's the entire all-encompassing, but we're really talking about like really the counties bordering Fayette County. But what's really interesting is houses specifically, growing up in Northern Kentucky, all the houses had sump pumps and they had basements. And here, maybe a third have basements, and maybe a third of those have sump pumps.
Sump pumps, that's interesting.
That was the strangest thing to me coming down, because you could not sell a house or a farm or anything in Northern Kentucky if it didn't have a basement. And coming here, it was like, okay, well, where's the basement? Oh wait, there is none. That was probably the weirdest thing to get used to, actually.
Well, I want to ask you right now, while I'm thinking about it, the differences when you're working with buyers for Central Kentucky properties. We have the Thoroughbred aspect, which is huge, and then the sport horse aspect, which in recent years has exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the differences? How would you approach different buyers considering the different types of horse industry we have here?
When you're talking about Central Kentucky buyers, they're really picky. They're very picky. They're very savvy. So honestly, no matter what, if they're a dressage person, you know that they're probably going to want a barn, a nice house, like 400 or maybe even higher, and you know, a bathroom, a nice barn, nice indoor maybe, a show jumper, sort of the same thing. When you're talking about a racehorse person, you have to really distinguish: do they have race horses? Do they have broodmares? Do they do
Stand stallions?
Yeah, there's like 1,000 other things. Just like you have to distinguish, are they barrel racers, are they dressage people? You have to figure out what type of thoroughbred people you're talking to. And again, everybody who wants to buy in the Central Kentucky market, they're savvy, they know what they're doing, they know what they want, and they know what they're looking for. And so honestly, if you have a big house on some acreage, that's going to be a harder, tough sell than like a smaller house that has a cute little barn. It's just what it is. Anything you're really going to want to distinguish: are you residential or are you farm and land? If you kind of mix the two, it's a tougher sell than if you just stick to one or the other.
Yeah, I almost feel like if you're selling a farm as a farm, if you have to choose between whether you're going to make the barn really nice or make the house really nice, as a seller, always lean towards making the barn really nice.
Yep.
Because that's where, if they truly are buying it as a farm, that's where people are going to spend their time, and that's where they go to. So what do you find as a seller? What do you think you would tell them to focus on with the buyers in Central Kentucky? What would you tell a seller to focus their time and energy on with the buyers that you've been seeing around here?
So the sellers are always they can be tough because they want to get a profit from their farm, or at least, what they built into it. They want that money back, and that's completely understandable, and that's what we try to do. But like I said, the buyers are so savvy here. They know what they want, and if a seller doesn't have it, they have got to come down in price to find a good buyer.
That's the key. It is a seller's market, but the house is still going to sit if it is not priced correctly.
Yeah, we still have farms that have been on the market for 2 and 3 years here. And they are really nice farms, but they're either too far out and then the price isn't adjusted accordingly. They might be priced at $900,000, but if they're too far out in Bourbon County, it should probably be like $800 instead of $9. Whether if it was like 20 miles more towards Fayette County, it could probably bring the $900, and not even changing one thing about it. And that's just the unfortunate truth in this current market.
Yeah. Real estate is location.
I would say, as a seller, really sit down and don't look at your house as your own, but look at it, walk in with clear eyes as a buyer, and write down the list of flaws that you see in your house and adjust accordingly. You may, as the owner, think your house is incredible, but look at it and say, these are the reasons why this house might not sell. And that's where a good real estate agent who knows farms comes in, and who's going to be honest with you and say,
We always say, look at it through the buyer's eyes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, getting back to where we started with the sport horse and the thoroughbred industry for a minute, I just responded last week to a Facebook post about barn construction, and they were asking about cement block or cinder block barns and the feasibility of that for whatever industry or whatever discipline they were in. And I remarked, in Lexington, a lot of the thoroughbred barns are block construction with steel fronts. And you don't see that so much in the sport horse barns. You see more of either the converted tobacco barns or the raised center aisle barns, whereas in the thoroughbred industry, the block barns are very common.
Well, and you got to think about the client. Like, if a thoroughbred person comes in, if they have weanlings or yearlings or 2-year-olds, think about those horses. They're nippy, they're curious, they want to look around, and they might be, a little bit ill-mannered, because the thoroughbred people, they know what they do, and they want one thing, and that's what they're into.
It's a business for them.
Yeah, so if they go into a barn and they see these beautiful stall fronts with the swooping things where the horses can hang out their necks, and it's just beautiful and airy, they're gonna be like, you know what, probably not for me. Because you got to think about all of the babies are going to be chewing at the blankets. They're going to be nipping every shoulder that passes. They're going to be rubbing their heads and banging their heads around when their feed comes. And again, like the show horse people, if you have a show barn, you're not going to want to bring clients that are looking at like $100,000 dressage or show jumping horse into this
Or 500,000.
Yeah, this like cold concrete barn with like the graded stall fronts. You know, not that one's better than the other. It's just
It each serves their
Differences,
purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, purpose built.
yep.
We're sitting today in a beautiful little estate that we have on the market right now. It's 18 acres with a huge house. Well, huge is about 6,200 square feet, total finished, with a finished basement. Has a 5-stall barn and about a 30 by 60 storage barn and a beautiful 1-acre lake. It's offered at $849. This would be a more of an estate type property for the gentleman farmer or for those who have 3 or 4 personal horses. It's just a beautiful property. But Bethany, when you're working with buyers and sellers, what can you offer as a farm specialist? What can you offer your sellers? And then talk about what you can offer your buyers.
I love buyers. It's always so much fun to like figure out, you know, who they are and what they want to do in their dreams. I'm a big dreamer, so like the buyers always have dreams, and you get to like walk around and go see all these amazing farms that
And they paint a picture.
they can see their dreams in, and it's really kind of inspiring. It's really fun. Usually they're under a little bit less pressure, and they're really fun. I love working with buyers, and yeah, like I said, we have a ton of fun.
We love sellers too.
We love sellers too. The Central Kentucky market, your farms are going to move, your houses are going to move, your farms are going to move if you price it right. We do an incredible amount of social media marketing. We don't just stick it on the MLS and say, hey, we're here, come see this farm. We're actually doing an open house on this farm right now, and we had, 9 groups of people come in. So
Probably 18 or 19, 20 people.
yeah, so we do so much more than just say that we're farm experts and like stick it on the MLS and there it is.
And our network. Talk about our network.
Basically we are consultants. If you want to go buy a saddle or sell a saddle, you're going to go to a consultant. You're going to want to know your product, and that's what we do.
Jessica, wrap it up.
Oh my gosh. I feel like
You've been
you guys,
quiet today.
I
You're
know.
not quiet.
I feel like you guys have kind of covered everything, and I'm excited to be in between the Kratzes here, and I know that you know this Lexington market a little bit more, so I wanted to kind of give you the floor on this, but that's why we're able to cover, you know, all the way down here to above Dayton, is because we all know different areas really, really well, but we know our job. We love to work with farms. We love to work with people. And
It's because we love horses, and it's really just an excuse to have a job.
We make our money where we
yeah,
work.
that's
And
the
what
key
we
part.
love to do.
Yeah, we get to go to
We're
horse
blessed.
shows.
We are so blessed.
And talk to people about farms, and we get to show. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It's fantastic. So, but I just want to thank you guys for joining us, and we will be actually filming another one in just a couple days with my trusty vet, Tony Wolf.
A local equine vet.
Yeah, we will be covering some things from a vet's perspective on farm setup.
And coming up after that, we'll be interviewing a Welch pony owner up in Wisconsin who is looking for a horse farm right now, and the issues that she spends on that side trying to find the perfect property in a seller's market and what she is going through. So we're looking forward to talking to her as well.
Well,
Thanks,
you guys.
Bethany.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Jessica.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill.
See you next time.